Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome to... Okay, I just had to get comfortable in my seat. Welcome to another Lord of the Rings online video, and we're getting near the end of the spring festival, but I thought I would still do it. And something I realized that I forgot to do was to get the quest in Bree, so we're gonna do that now, but yeah, first let me port to my home. A little while ago I took my blood pressure medicine. I've been forgetting to take it for maybe the past couple weeks now, maybe a little more even. So just very recently I started taking it again. So the side effects are hitting me again as well. When I don't take it, like when I forgot, I was noticing the headaches coming back and stuff, and now that I am taking it again, the side effects are coming back. But I think it's time for another fireball. This is my new home, my new location. I want to get rid of my premium home because it's just too expensive. It costs like a few gold, I think, for the upkeep. I'm just drinking this out of the bottle. But let me show you where my other home was. My brother's home is just right over there. See, I have this chicken coop as well, but I don't know what happens if I abandon my premium one. Where's that stuff gonna go? Like when I abandoned this home, I looked into it and it said it goes into my escrow, or it will go into my chest. But I don't, that's when I buy a new home, it will be in the chest, and that's where it was when I bought that home. But if you guys remember, this was my old home, and this was only, yeah, 1 gold to buy it. The house that I'm in now, see, this is a standard home. The house I'm in now is a deluxe home, and I can fit a lot more stuff on the inside, and I think I can fit 2 more items, exterior items, right? Yeah, this one is at least double the 32. I think it might be more than 32. And this 5 exterior hooks, I have like 7. But you know, those 2 make a difference. This was a nice little home, and it's just right there by the exit. And I go down over there to the stable, and my brother's home is just right over here. Now I'm a little bit more closer to him, actually. Right over here. And this home costed me, I think it was 7 gold, and it's like about 150 silver. I just started putting some stuff down here outside. One of these I'm going to give to my brother here, the orange flower box. And if you want to take a little look inside, it's still very bare, but oh, what happened? Oh, okay. But I put the Tom Bombadil song. Some things. Guest bedroom right here. Out here is where I gotta put more things. The little kitchen area would be right here. And my bedroom right here. What I like about this is this room, the decoration here, and the floor tiled, and the wall tile, and the wall color is independent from out here. And this one shares the same style as out over here, but that room in there is different, so I really like that. So as you can see, it has pink walls in here. And I put all this stuff in there, and here I have Bilbo Baggins in here. get the treasures from my adventures. Okay, so anyways, let's get the quest to pick up the flowers. My brother wants me to try to get him this big flower that you saw me holding. So I'm gonna have to, I think it's in, I'm like short on primrose. Yeah, so I think that is in Celondim, but I will see.
Hello there. Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Let's speak to him.
Good day.
Oh. That's why.
Could I speak with you a moment?
So here I have a countdown from an hour. This is the thing I was talking about.
How can I be of service? So you might want to turn up the volume too, because it might be a little low, and you just, for this kind of game, you really want to be able to hear the signature sounds and the music, you know, the soundtrack. It all goes very well together with this particular art style to this game.
This is what I'm talking about. It's just something so relaxing about this MMORPG, and it's a certain feeling that this game emits that you don't get that from any other MMO that I've played, any recent one anyway, or just really any other game in general, any other kind of RPG. Not even in Skyrim, as beautiful as that game is, Fallout, ESO, Lost Ark, even though I haven't played that game as much, I get the idea already. It just doesn't compare to what this game has. I mean, just this shot here, everything, almost every angle that you look at in this game, you can take a screenshot, and it's almost like a very detailed pastel painting, very, very highly detailed, you know, because usually with pastel paintings, you know, they're maybe a little muddy, not as detailed, but this is highly, highly detailed, I think. Or just like a very detailed painting with its kind of art style. I mean, look at this. You see these red, not red, but like pink leaves, you know, and this time of day, in the evening, it looks like. And just what I'm doing, this activity of just picking flowers for an hour. You know, I know some people might think these are very kind of like stupid things to do. Like you're going around picking flowers for an hour, and a lot of these quests consist of, you know, fetch quests, like fetching, you know, a certain amount of items like flowers or weeds or something, or delivering cookies or something like that, you know, and delivering it from point A, point B, and fetch quests, you know. But if you think about, take a look at Elder Scrolls Online, aren't we kind of doing the same thing, especially for these, you know, festivals? Like right now in ESO, there's the Justice Fest going on, and in there, you're just doing little activities like playing pranks on a certain amount of people, and then you move on to the next section and do the same thing. Or you actually collect, I think they're like these essence in Glenumbra, and you know, you go into that one dungeon that's near that waypoint, near where the impresario spawns, and you go there and you collect, I think like a certain amount of essence or something. You know, you collect like 4 of them, and then you go into another dungeon and you collect like 8 of this other thing, and then you go back and deliver them so the jester can make fireworks. And then you take those fireworks and you go to different spots in Daggerfall and launch the fireworks like 8 times, right? Is it 8 times, or it might be 4 times in like 3 different locations, not 8. So it's all pretty much the same thing, you know. So that's not, I don't consider these types of quests like a negative, especially this being a, not all the quests are like this. Most of them I guess are, but or I'll say a lot of them are, but it's really apparent when it comes to these kind of festivals, because they're not meant to be exceedingly hard or anything like that. They're just little relaxing activities that you can just do and not have to think. that I really like about this game and how you get like mounts and pets in this game is they don't really rely so much on the microtransactions. They have that, but I found that, you know, the stuff in the store, it never really changes. It's just always the same kind of items. Maybe once in a while you might get like one limited time new thing, but it's mostly like the same stuff. I find the stuff that you earn from doing these things here and the different festivals that they have to be a lot better. And ESO, the kind of mounts that they have, the really cool ones, you have to either buy them by buying crowns or buying the crates to try to get lucky to get the mount that you want. I just want to say real quickly though, nothing against ESO. I still really love that game, but this is one of the things that I don't like about that game, and I like this over that. I feel this one has quite a bit more RPG elements to it because it is an old school MMORPG. And again, I love the art style of both games, but I particularly love this one for being relaxing, and I feel that this game and the soundtrack, there's something about this combination of the two that I think that it's a very smart match. I mean, just listen to this. It's not overpowering. The only music that doesn't have like a relaxing feel, I guess, is if it's during those tense moments or like the combat music. But otherwise, when you're just exploring the world, absolutely breathtaking. You know, in the Shire, you feel like you're in the Shire, you know. And I guess it's more akin to maybe the story book of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings than so much the films. Although, you know, at the beginning part of the first film and, you know, the first, the Fellowship of the Ring and the first Hobbit film, you know, it's relaxing, you know, during those scenes in the Shire, I think. But these lands that I'm in right now, this is not the Shire. This is the Elf homeland, Celondim, in arid Luan. And you can see the timer right here. I have 48 minutes left. So what I'm doing here, there's a place in Breeland, which is more of the human land, and then the Shire, which of course is the Hobbit land. So there are two other spots. So one in the Shire and then one in the place in Bree where the humans are, and you'll be doing the same thing, and different kind of flowers are more dominant there. You'll notice I'm getting more primrose here. Every so often they'll give me a marigold or a violet, but mostly it's primrose, and I'm doing that because I'm short on the primrose, see? And I have 169 marigold and 157 of the violets. So if you want the violets, that's in Bree, and if you want the marigold, that is in the Shire. I almost feel like the day and night cycle is a little bit longer here, but maybe it's just my imagination. I feel like in this game I can spend a little bit more time in here, whereas in ESO it feels kind of rushed, I guess, where I just kind of do one little thing and then I log off. In here I can do like a multitude of the festivals during any kind of festival, whether it's the spring one or the anniversary fest or the winter one. I can do a multitude of those activities and just, you know, be playing this game and being lost in this world in Lotro for a much longer time, I guess, than with ESO. Whereas in ESO I feel like maybe I'll just do a delve, or I'll just do the, you know, the activity that I need to do, you know, to get the tickets, the event tickets, and then I'll stop. This one I feel like I just want to, you know, just relax, walk around, you know, enjoy the scenery, the music. Just absolutely, you know, beautiful and relaxing. And to be quite honest, it's also very fun, I guess, playing dress up. You know, I know it may sound a little odd, and especially a dude doing something like that, but to be quite honest, it's actually very fun, you know, dressing up your guy and, you know, nothing gay about it, you know, just, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's just friggin' fun. Yeah, I mean, look at that. And I didn't intend for this. I mean, I made her eyes green, and I don't know why. I just was maybe thinking that green and, you know, music and being a minstrel kind of went well together. And this was about a year ago when I made this character. And now, you know, when I got back into this game last year, I had just missed the Spring Festival, which is what I'm doing now. I came in when it was about the, or I think during the time of the anniversary festival with the fireworks. And, you know, I guess it just so happened that this outfit here goes well with the eyes that I made my Hobbit, you know, the green. So very serendipitous, I think. I mean, see, look at this. Look at the lavender, you know. You got the dark purples and the light purples, almost pink. You know, it's absolutely gorgeous, I think. Beautiful colors, and again, the music. I mean, hear this music here? Isn't it almost... Listen to it. You might want to turn it up, but listen to the music. It just kind of reminds me of when the Fellowship went to, is it Rivendell? To see the elves. And I forgot that Arwen's father, played by Hugo Weaving, I forgot that elf's name for some reason, but he was like a head elf. And they met him, and this music that's playing here, it's kind of reminiscent of that. And this is in Ered Luin, you know, the world where it's mostly dominated by elves. And when you're in the Shire, it sounds like, you know, Shire music. Maybe next time if I do this, I'll pick the violets, so you can see the scenery of the, you know, the Bree fields, and it's, you know, just equally as beautiful as this, you know, with, you know, just out in the, you know, nature with the grass and everything, but it looks different. Probably more relatable, you know, with the kind of trees and the grass and the flowers that they have in that region. stuff can be pretty powerful. The fireball, like it burns. But I guess it kind of burns in a somewhat good way. Yeah, so you look at the, here, hold on, get low here. So you look at the grass, you know. I love that. See, it's highly detailed. It's, like I said, it's an art style, and you don't quite get this type of visuals, you know, in ESO or Skyrim or any other game. And sure, it's dated, but it's not so bad that or not really like a bad thing. It's more of like, it's maybe at the time this was well, actually too, they've been slowly updating the game from 32-bit, and now we have it at 64-bit client, so that's another thing that helps. So even back then when I started playing this game, it didn't look as good. So something that I guess back then was, you know, in 2007 was maybe considered very, very good graphics for an MMO, has now, I guess with some games you can tell where it really shows its age. Like, let's take a look at something like Diablo 2 before Resurrected, how it looks. It's really pixelated, and the only thing that I guess keeps it from, you know, you really bashing the graphics is the nostalgia that you have for it. And I'm talking about the, you know, the original Diablo 2 graphics. Whereas for something like this, they maybe improved the graphics over time, yeah, and changed it from a 32-bit client to 64. But it's, instead of descending into, I guess, that's something that you would consider to be really dated graphics. For me, it's not dated really. I consider it more of, it's become more of like an art style, you know. I don't know how to phrase it correctly, but I hope it makes sense what I'm trying to say. Whereas like maybe something like the original Diablo 2, Diablo 1, you know, well, it's just like a really shit-ass old game. Bard's Tale, Ultima, you know, Might and Magic 3 and Might and Magic 4 are still great games, but Daggerfall, you know. Back then, you know, you didn't really think of them as bad graphics. You go back to them now and look at them, and now you can just tell, you know, if it's not remastered at all. Just looking at how it used to be back then, you remember it looking, you know, much better than what it actually was, you know, and is when you go back to it. Whereas for this one, so those, you know, those kind of games have kind of I guess, fallen into, you know, the dated crap graphics, whereas this one doesn't, you know, it doesn't follow that formula. You know, I don't know, maybe you guys don't agree, but honestly, I mean, look at this. I mean, look at the water, you know, when you pass by the water. Does it look like my Real Waters 2 mod in, you know, Skyrim, or how the water looks like in ESO? Well, no, but it's, like I said, it's more of what was once maybe really great graphics have now just morphed, maybe is that the word? Whereas most games morphed into, like I said, obsolete shit graphics. This one more like transcended is like a better word, you know. Transcended into an art style, you know. And it's absolutely beautiful, you know. I don't know what else to say. Another video that I plan to make is a Fallout 76, so you can kind of see, you know, the two camps that I've been working on. One being more of the bigger one, but to be quite honest, I'm even thinking of downsizing that one by a little bit, but maybe not. And that's more of the bigger camp that I've created, settlement. And the second one is more of a kind of like a tiny home that I created. And I love them both, but there's something about that tiny home that I created that very much appeals to me. Although I love both of my camps. It doesn't look as grandiose or intricate as a lot of the other ones that you're going to see, you know, when you look up, you know, people's, you know, settlements for 76. They really go all out, and they have all these tricks, you know, taking advantage of glitches and stuff like that. I don't really do such things. I try to stay away from that, just because if ever they get fixed, what's going to happen, you know. There might be like maybe one, maybe two things that are maybe, you know, I took advantage of a glitch, but it's not really on purpose. It's probably just something I discovered on my own, and, you know, it just so happened that I did it accidentally. But yeah, I want to do a video of that so you can kind of see, you know, what I've been doing in there. And there's also kind of like a fest or a theme that was going on. Was like an alien theme, you know. But even though the alien aspect part is over in the game, it's the season of like aliens, I guess. And even in the menu screen, it still has like the alien kind of soundtrack to it, of the you know, of the theremin instrument, you know, which was something that they used to do, kind of instrument that would play during these sci-fi films, the black and white ones, and the ones that were done in the 40s and 50s and even maybe early 60s, during the golden age and maybe some of the silver age of cinema. You know, films like The Day the Earth Stood Still, This Island Earth, Forbidden Planet, and you even hear it in Tim Burton's Ed Wood, you know, which was a love letter to, I guess, one of the best worst directors, Ed Wood, you know, for making Plan 9 from Outer Space. But I do love that film for being a bad film. So yeah, I want to do a video about that, and I might do something slightly special with that. Do some sort of make like an interesting kind of introduction to that at the beginning of that video. I have like maybe a part 1 of something. I don't want to spoil it, what I mean exactly. And then the other game that I'm thinking of, you know, kind of playing every so often is Destroy All Humans remake, which was a remake of an Xbox game, which I also have on Xbox. That's another game where, you know, you go back to it and it's gonna look very outdated, you know, which I guess kind of works out a little bit because of the kind of aesthetic that the film is going for, or the game is going for. But now it looks, you know, it really looks remastered. It looks really looks like the, you know, the 40s and 50s. So when I do that video, I'll do like maybe a part 2 of that special introduction. It's probably not making much sense now, but you'll see when, you know, when I do it. So if you've seen my, I think it was my Elder Scrolls video showing the stuff that you can get for this month, the free stuff, I wrote into the description box for anyone who looked that, you know, I've been going through some troubled times, and you know, I'm trying to do better with that, trying to get better and work things out. And I want to thank everyone who, there's a few people out there that have kind of shown their concern, and I want to acknowledge you people for doing that. I really appreciate that. It makes me, you know, feel a little better, at least. I do want to acknowledge you guys properly, so give me just a moment here. Okay, so there's Lance Gillen. So I want to thank you. You commented on my Fallout video, and I guess I'll read what you wrote here. You said, oh, okay. There's a few more people than I thought. Hey, Lettuce, sending love from New Zealand. I'm unsure about what you are dealing or whatever, but there's a quote from my favorite philosopher: the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, Marcus Aurelius. So thank you for that. And Rob 1979 wrote, hey Lettuce, sorry I haven't watched you in a while. I've been dealing with issues in my life as well, which explains it, and I'm so sorry to hear about that also, and I hope things also get better for you. I guess it's sort of like the blind leading the blind right now, but I guess people like us all have to kind of stick together. I am praying for you that you will find happiness again. Your true friends will stand by you no matter what. Nobody's perfect, and we all have issues. Keep strong, my friend, and I will catch you again soon. So thank you, Rob 1979. There's also Movie Mike. He wrote, my very dear friend. He's one of my longest friends that I've known here and been friends with on YouTube, probably nearly a decade now, I have to say. Hey man, I know this was recorded quite a while ago, but I just want to say that when you're hurting like this, it's totally cool for you to reach out to me and we can chat, or at least text back and forth, and I can hopefully help you feel better, just for future reference, buddy. And I'm sorry I haven't been able to watch all of these Widowed Wastelander LPs, but I'm trying to catch up, so thank you for that. In fact, I should do that and let you guys know, you know, so let's see, will it let me reply the same thing? I think it will. Okay, and also more recently, so thanks for that, guys, you know, Mike and Lance and you know, all you guys. And finally, there is Dense Goblin. He wrote, "Hope you feel better soon, Lettuce." So, and I want to let him know as well that I'm shouting him out. I'm shouting you out, Dense Goblin, for that. Thank you for that. Mike also commented again saying, "This is a fun game. I hope you can do playthrough of it. Also hope your troubles become less troublesome, my friend. Stay in touch, buddy." So yeah, he's one of my, like I said, one of my best old long time YouTube buddies on here. So thank you for that. Okay, so I just want to get back to this here. And I hope it's still okay. So that kind of killed some time. You know, I'm down to 24 minutes, but it's okay. Like I said, it's not, it's even for something like this, and even though it's counting down, it's still relaxing at the same time. You never feel like you're being rushed or you're in any kind of great peril, you know, when you're doing like these event kind of stuff. I know there might be some quests out there where there is like a limit and it's a bit more, you know, requires a bit more urgency, but that's, you know, something different. And if you're not into that kind of thing, then I guess you don't really have to do them. But of course, this is still a game after all, so you know there's gonna be, you know, times of peril in this game. You know, you are fighting Sauron after all, right?